Hey Guinos, welcome back to the Billboard Factory, where my job is to distract you from the road just long enough to remind you not to get distracted when you drive. Isn't advertising cool? So the World Cup's been over for a little while now, and I had been watching it over the past few weeks, and like most Mexicans, it's been a roller coaster of emotions for me. But between watching the Brits crush my hopes and dreams, I saw this ad.
Are you feeling anything? Coffee. I don't understand, but this is going very well. Coffee.
At this point, I'm sure that most of you know that Kalshi is a prediction market, also known as a poorly regulated gambling platform where you can bet on everything. But if you didn't know that, how the hell is this ad supposed to get you to gamble? Presumably, it exists to get people to bet on the team that they think is going to win the game while they wait for it to start back up again. But there's literally nothing here that indicates that. All it tells me is that Timothy Scratch That Reverse It Chalamet needed to get some dental work done, and thankfully it seems to have gone well. It's obviously supposed to be funny, but I'm not sure what's funny about a guy replying with Kalshi whenever someone asks him if he's alright. Or maybe they're just saying that you have to be drugged out of your mind to think that using Kalshi is a good idea, in which case that's a pretty accurate assessment. Anyway, it's only really tangentially related to what I'm going to be talking about today. It just got me thinking about advertisements. The production, the way they promote products, how invasive they are now. These are all things that I started thinking about after seeing this dumbass ad. This ad for Kalshi, while it is bad and for an even worse service, is honestly par for the course when it comes to this new wave of advertising. What I'm interested in are the really bad advertisements, the bottom of the barrel, the bad advertisements, if you will. How they're brazenly taking advantage of our financial situations, they're manipulating consumers by targeting their insecurities in increasingly shady ways, and also blatant fraud. So now I talk about it. YouTube has increasingly become a mainstream way of consuming content for the general public. Surprisingly, especially on TVs, which is kind of funny to me. On the back end of my channel, I can see stats about my audience, which is you guys, and I can see that almost 15% of you watch me on a TV. Thanks for putting my beautiful face on the largest screen in your home. Because of YouTube's greater appeal to pretty much everybody, you would think that the diversity of ads on the platform would also increase. In my mind, it makes sense to think that the quality of the ads would also go up because they're competing for your time and your attention. But I must be crazy, because this is what ads look like now. What the hell is this? What's going on here? Unfortunately, it's not uncommon to see badverts like this on the platform. That's still not good. In fact, a few of you were probably bombarded with some sort of AI voice before this video even started. And while bedads have always existed, they have never been this bad. In my opinion, at least, and that's the most important one there is. Right now, where I live, temperatures have been in the hundreds for pretty much every single day because average temperatures are on the rise for seemingly no reason at all. In turn, I've been seeing ads for NASA-engineered AC units that can cool down a room in record time. And I did say units, as in multiple companies are using this exact same story to sell junk to you. There's a somewhat prominent case of this a couple years ago from a company called Breezy Comfort AC. They claimed to use some sort of brand new technology that nobody else in the industry was using that used just a little bit of water and 99% less energy than every other AC unit to cool down an entire room in record time. They said it was developed by a NASA engineer while he was working at the organization, and it was small and lightweight because they needed to use it on space missions. Obviously, none of that is true. This one article I found from malwaretips.com from Thomas Ursolia is particularly informative. Particularly. He actually found the Alibaba listing that they were buying all of these products from, and they were selling it for over 10 times the price. Oh, sorry, they weren't charging that much because it was also perpetually on a 50% off sale. He also noted that they were charging people after they had purchased it for a monthly subscription that they needed to opt out of by contacting their email. This is actually standard practice in a lot of scams and legitimate products. I remember talking about this almost 2 years ago in a video when I brought up Manscaped. What they would do is whenever you purchase something, in the terms of service of that purchase, you would also be signed up for an automatic monthly delivery of razors, and the only way to opt out, again, would be to email them. This is obviously obtuse for the reason that they know they will make money from people not knowing that they were signed up for a subscription service they never actually signed up for. I don't know if they still do that, but they at least used to, and it's the model that a lot of these shady websites like to use. Anyway, it was obviously a scam, and most of the people who saw that ad probably forgot about it by now. I forgot about it too until I saw this ad a few weeks ago. It hits all the same points, almost exactly. It's NASA engineered for space. It's super advanced. It's sleek and shaking up the industry. Guys, the big companies were trying to buy this tech from us because they wanted to destroy it. They knew that we would disrupt the industry and make it too cheap for everybody. But we held fast. We wanted to help you in this trying time. But you have to buy it now, because it's 50% off to get the word out, and if you don't buy it now, we have to charge you $200. It's legitimately asinine to me that these companies continue to get away with the same scam. Look at this website. It's exactly the same as the one they created for a different product 2 years ago. They couldn't even be bothered to get a different stock photo to use for the fake consultant guy on their website. Look at the timers on the limited time sale on both of these websites. They are down to the second, the exact same. How do they get away with being so obvious? Even the rating percentages are the same. It's so annoying to see the same ads for the same scams over and over again, just with a different name. Apparently, it works well enough for them to keep pulling the same scam every year. And if you think about it, we wouldn't even need these air conditioners if everybody just opened their door and let all of the cold air out. I can't believe no one's ever thought of that before. Switching gears now, I have something to confess to you guys. I do indeed wear glasses. Yes, I know this comes as a shock to many of you, but it is true. I'm sorry that this is how you had to find out, but I hope that with my honesty that we can rebuild our trust and begin to move forward once more as friends. So most of you know that eyeglasses come with a prescription. In fact, 70% of us in the US need them because our eyes are so fucked up. They refract light in a certain way to allow us to see things we normally wouldn't be able to. The lenses that each pair of eyeglasses use need to be manufactured specifically for that person's prescription, if they have prescription glasses, that is. Where was I going with this? Right, so the last step in the process of creating a lens is called glazing. That's not important either. I just thought you should know. For a bit now, there have been talks in optical science about the possibility of an autofocus lens, one that can adapt to the needs of the wearer. It can change while you're reading, while you're driving, and even as you age. One specific company seems to be at the forefront of this, IXI. Right now they're working on manufacturing this hypothetical pair of glasses, but even in the interviews I've read, they seem to think that it's a ways out. They're not even sure if it would be legal to wear them and operate a motor vehicle or other machinery. But I hate to break it to these guys, it seems like they've been beaten to the punch. In fact, right now, I'm looking at a website for a pair of glasses that claims to be powered by AI. They can autofocus the lenses into whatever my prescription is. And look at that, it's 50% off right now. Isn't that amazing? I think you can see where I'm going with this. These glasses actually don't do anything at all. They're knockoff blue light blocking glasses that don't even block blue light, and they're being drop shipped on this website as autofocusing glasses. They claim to be able to replace every single pair of glasses that you own, and from the weird AI generated images on their website, you can see that they're targeting older people with this. This is so they can get them to replace their bifocals and reading glasses and driving glasses, but that's fucking dangerous. Imagine an old person is driving down the street already, not cognitively all there, just bought these glasses online that they think they'll be able to see perfectly fine through, and because they're not all there, they put them on, everything's still blurry, but they're like, it's probably just getting used to it. They get in their car, start driving, and oh no. Oh no. It even has the same hallmarks as the air conditioners. There's a sale going on just for today. Every day, there's a bunch of fake testimonials and reviews. And actually, this isn't even the only website that's selling these. This website uses the same images and descriptions as the last one, but in addition to that, it looks exactly like the air conditioners websites. It seems likely to me that this is either one company or a network of companies trying to scam people by lying about all of these dropshipped products. As I was researching this video, I kept finding more and more websites like these for the air conditioners, for the glasses, for all kinds of different products. This is what we would refer to as a little known concept called fraud. They even have separate fake review sites that are not in any way connected to the scam sites to lend legitimacy to the products that they're selling. After I've gone through all of this, I'm fairly certain that this is at the very least a closely knit network of a bunch of shell companies trying to scam all of these people on the internet. A couple of these websites have the same address on their contact form, and a couple of the contact forms just take you to one big landing page with one set of information. I went through a lot of different links on all of these websites and found even more interconnected sites, just all over. There's a lot, and I'm sure there are a lot more. Whoever's running this is doing a pretty bad job of hiding what they're doing because all it takes to reveal all of this is a few clicks. It looks to me that they're based in China with dropshipping locations in California and Arizona. I'd like to dig deeper, but I didn't find any records while I was looking through the copyrights because the names on these products actually aren't copywritten, even though on the website it says they are. I don't know why I believe they would actually be copyrighted considering, but you know, I went ahead and checked. So just know if you want to use BreezeMax AC for anything, it's all yours, dude. So these types of ads have existed on the internet for a very long time, usually on smaller sites that don't have much moderation. Typically, if you grew up on the internet, you know about scams online. Everybody has their own horror story of downloading a virus or getting tricked on an online game. Mine, unfortunately, was trying to download free Robux when I was 7. But this is on YouTube, one of the biggest platforms on the internet. And it's not alone in this. Every single platform has started to show people ads like this. They should be paying attention to what is being promoted to their user base. What's worse is that because these strategies have provably worked, a lot of companies have started adopting them. Instead of ads that just tell us what the product or service is or does, we get fake testimonials, AI-generated people telling us to gamble, or deep-faked celebrities telling us to get life insurance. And so they're not technically lying, a lot of companies like to really bend the truth. Take Rocket Money's ads, for example. Every ad they show on YouTube has someone go up to someone else on the street, offering them some prize if they can guess the amount of money they're spending on subscriptions every month, and it somehow always comes up to like $500 a month. Dude, if $500 leaves your account every month and you didn't know about it, using an app that you also have to pay for is the least of your worries. Ads like these are so invasive now, and because there are so many violations with just lying, deepfakes, straight up fraud, most of them go unnoticed. I swear to God, every other reel my sister sends me, shout out Isabella, in the middle of the joke, the person whose POV you're following will pull out their phone and start playing some sort of gambling app without showing that it's an ad. No disclosure that this is an ad. This guy just pulls out his phone and starts gambling in the middle of this fucking reel about him robbing a store. They're also manipulating people more. Just look at hims and hers. They like to target gendered insecurities. For hers, there's a lot about weight loss, and for hims, there's a lot about hair loss and ED. It's crazy to me how many companies exist to take advantage of the insecurities that they created to sell us more products. I don't have targeted ads on, it's just generic stuff for my demographic, young men, and so what I see, half of it is performance enhancers, it's dystopian. All of the ads I saw for the scams I mentioned earlier were something I saw while I was watching YouTube on the TV with my dad. He's in an older demographic, so they find him more gullible, and they think he won't be smart enough to discern that it's a fake product. It obviously works enough in his demographic that they continue to target and try. Not everyone is as smart and handsome and beautiful and scam literate as you and I. I pointed to the wrong people, but you know what I mean. Some people will fall for these, and while yes, you and I know that these are obvious scams, some people don't, and it's not their fault that a deceiver was trying to deceive them. The only reason that these advertisers continue to pay for these ads to try and scam people is because it works. The reason YouTube allows it is because the scammers pay the entry fee, and so regardless, YouTube is getting paid. This platform, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of them are complicit in these people getting their money stolen because they already saw their cut of the revenue. YouTube costs a lot of money to operate. And believe me, I am not saying that they should just get rid of ads entirely and stop paying creators and stop paying for their upkeep. I like YouTube existing. Ads exist to ensure that all of this quality content can continue to exist for free. For example, creators like Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez make a lot of money from ad revenue, and I bet a lot more from their sponsorship deals, and in turn, that allows them to do the large amount of research and writing that they do for their videos. The reason what they create is so quality is because they have the time and the resources to do so. Whether or not people want to believe it, being a creator online is a job in the entertainment industry, and so they need to be able to make money to continue to hone their craft and make quality content for you for free. Just to put it in perspective, I have been working all summer so I can pay for college next semester, so I haven't been able to upload much. This video was supposed to be a shorter one, but it took so long to come out because it takes time to research and then write and record and then edit a video, and this rabbit hole just kept getting deeper and deeper, and I had to find a stopping point because I have other responsibilities. To be clear, I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm saying all of this so I can emphasize to you that as someone who, yes, I would like to rely on ad revenue to continue making videos, and yes, I do make money from my YouTube videos, ads cannot continue to exist on this platform in the way they currently do. They actively peddle scams. Some break community guidelines when they're so strict on creators for breaking them in the first place, and a lot of them just manipulate the user base. They are more than just a nuisance. They pose a legitimate threat to people in some cases. For example, drugs should not be marketed to people who don't need them just because a woman in a low-cut top told them to take them. And older people shouldn't be singled out and targeted to buy these drop-shipped products they were lied to about because they're easy targets. YouTube cannot remain complicit in the damage they are allowing to be done on their platform by these companies. I know that I have ads running on this video, and I hope that none of you have gotten one of the terrible types I've mentioned thus far. I hate that this is the way I need to support my creative endeavors, but I don't want to take sponsors, so I'm just gonna take the lesser of the two evils, so it's not coming straight from my mouth and you can skip them. I don't mind if you use an ad blocker because of it, but consider supporting me in one of the free ways that you can. You can subscribe, you can like, you can hype, I guess. Or if you want, you can throw me $1 for a membership too. Don't feel obligated though. I'm just a guy on the internet, and I'll probably keep making videos if you don't. Even though a like or a comment or whatever costs you nothing, I still appreciate every single bit of support that I get. I'm happy to have the audience that I have now. I am extremely grateful that there is anybody watching this video as I am speaking this. Well, not as I'm speaking this in the past for you, but as it's playing on whatever you're watching it on, then you're watching it. Yeah. Anyways, Gwynthos, I actually have to go. I just realized that my computer's starting to slow down. I guess I didn't download enough RAM earlier, so I gotta go fix that. I'll see you guys later.
Keep stepping at your own pace, stepping.
Thomas Berger and Thomas Berger